Welcome everyone, my name is Wolfgang and I'm one of the co-founders of Sorglos Internet. So to those of you who don't know what Sorglos means worry-free. So what's the pain point? Who needs something that is worry-free? Well, after working for Apple, I worked for a praline company in Thuringia, and we built a nice restaurant. And of course, we wanted to provide Wi-Fi to all of our guests. But guess what? We ran into the hassle that you can't share easily Wi-Fi in Germany. And why is that? Because of our legal system. Here, you're held liable if someone of your customers, downloads something illegal. And that pushes us way back in terms of Wi-Fi hotspots. So let's take a closer look to someone that has a restaurant. That's Simon. He knows already that he doesn't reach his customers as good as he did previously. He probably thinks, okay, that could be related to the internet. He thought about putting in Wi-Fi, but he also heard there could be these legal issues. And he wishes for a really simple and understandable solution, even for him, which isn't out there at the moment. So who are the customers for Simon? A white slide? You are the customers. When was the last time you had Facebook open? How often did you check your mail today? When did you wanted to check something and you had no sufficient data connection? Is someone here from abroad? Did you switch on data roaming? Did you use your laptop tethering and sync your Dropbox? No. So of course there's a need for Wi-Fi. There is a solution out there, and we invented Sorglos Box. So what's specific about Sorglos Box? Well, in general, it's just a router, a well-tested, good working router. But three things are different. First of all, it's plug and play, so even your grandma could use it. Okay, that's not so special. Second, when you go somewhere, you don't need to log on. No accounts. You can use the internet like you're using the internet at home. And third, Simon doesn't need to worry anymore because he can't be tracked. How do we do it? Well, I know you're the tech guys, so let's look very closely shortly on there. At the moment, everyone is trackable through the IP address. With the Sorglos Box, we connect all the Wi-Fi traffic to our server, and if a lawyer wants to find out what somebody did, then he actually ends at our server. So that's the end of the nice story. Let's talk business. What's the target group? The target group is basically everyone that wants to share his Wi-Fi account. How do we sell it? We have an online shop and do direct sales. Okay, not so big, but it's much more interesting to talk about franchisees, chains, to bring in a lot of Wi-Fis. And we have some interesting corporations because there are other startups that focus on this gastro business. And guess what? They all need Wi-Fi for their products. Feedback, cache systems, etc. How do we sell it? The box is fairly cheap, 59 and 19 euro monthly to be worry-free. After being in Thuringia, I moved to Berlin. I met Alex, who takes care of visuals and finance, and Amadeus, who actually invented the Sorglos Box, and I look after strategy and legal. I love praline quite a lot, but don't you think it's better that we work on internet for everyone?
So I don't know whether that was a purposefully impressionistic ending or just ran out of time, but we're going to rattle through. We still have time. We have to judge before past. So if I could ask you, please.
Sure. So it's an interesting idea. Luckily for you, we have a lot of boneheaded governments around the world who keep passing these like 3 strikes and you're off laws, or now in the US we're talking about doing 6 strikes and you're off the internet. So there's going to be a growing market for it thanks to kind of bad regulations. The functionality is interesting. I would say maybe one of the things you could have done is make it a little bit more iconic. Might as well have it. I mean, some restaurants may want to hide it, but if you're trying to get marketing and be visible and be well known, you may want to come up with a slightly different industrial design that's a little bit flashier, a little bit more interesting, and that people would recognize everywhere. And it becomes kind of an interesting symbol in and of itself that they see this on the wall and they know they're going to have interesting access that's safe, secure, and everything.
Thank you.
So I like what you're doing. There's a Swedish company called NFI, which is doing something similar, not quite exactly the same product, but similar idea of people being able to extend their own Wi-Fi and sharing it properly. And so I definitely, I'm a believer in broadband everywhere, so it's good, it's easy. The challenge here is more legislative, and the governments will see it as more threatening, so you will have to constantly deal with that, and that pressure will keep increasing. So whatever you do in the future, make sure that legal defense is a big part of your cost in the future.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No startup wants to be told that. You're prepared to spend a lot on lawyers.
I mean, it seems to me if you're trying to protect yourself against stupid governments, what you're actually doing is encouraging governments to be stupider. And it's likely.
Why do you think so?
Because if I were a pedophile, I'd go use one of these. And I'm sure I almost said Russian, I'm sure the German government would think that too, and would either outlaw this or just make your life even more difficult. I think that's going to be a really tough problem in these markets because you're selling it as a way to evade the government, and the government will like that.
An interesting, if bombshell, set of commentary there. Thank you very much.
Anytime. Cheers.
Sorglos Internet, thank you so much.